All right, gang, let's talk about roaming for a particular wireless client moving from one point in a switch peer group or really between any two members, honestly, that are a part of the same mobility group. What's going to function here? All right, so in our converged access, this is the best possible scenario because CapWap tunnels are already built for me. There's an expectation of roaming that is already in place when we build a switch peer group. But what we're going to describe right now can function very easily when we are talking about roaming within the same subnet. All right, we're in the same SSID, we're roaming in the same subnet, and so we expect to have this the same connection in place. So initially, all right, I've got this device. He's connected to this access point. He's built his CapWap tunnel to this Converged 3650 up here that's a part of a switch peer group that allows him access to the rest of the network. Okay. Mobility controller and mobility agent happen to be running here in the same locale. Awesome. Remember, the controller is managing the roaming. The mobility agent is what does what? It's what terminates our CapWap tunnels. All right. So now we've roamed. Okay. So now, because of that, I've now moved to a different access point that is associated with a different wireless LAN controller, right? Oh, but it's a converged controller. It's that 3650, and it's a part of the switch peer group. My point of presence has not changed. Another term for that point of presence is my anchor has not changed. However, I now have a foreign location. This is the default. I am now at a foreign controller or controller module. My point of access is no longer the same, right? So this is my point of access into the wired network. Now I want you to notice my access point controller CapWap tunnel has not changed. All right, that's still the way that we're working our way up. But the client's traffic, all right, that is moving through here, that has undergone a change, and that's because, as far as our wireless configuration is concerned, because of the switch peer group, we have also here running, remember, we have built-in CapWap tunnels that exist between all of these different devices, right? A full mesh of CapWap tunnels between those devices. Because the mobility controller has recognized that my device has moved to a different mobility agent, it tells that mobility agent, all right, when you receive this client's traffic in its CapWap tunnel that's been built from the access point up here, take that client traffic and do not send it out to the switch like you normally would, but instead send it through the CapWap tunnel, which is essentially, that is our switch peer group CapWap tunnel, and I'll take care of it. And that is because, in this case, it's not because it's the MC, but it's because this is the switch that was the point of presence. All right. If the point of presence was here, then the mobility controller would tell this mobility agent to send its data to this mobility agent. All right. Once we've done that, again, you can see this green arrow indicating that the traffic, all right, that is going to follow here is going to move up, go across the CapWap tunnel, and then be converted into wired traffic from the point of presence. That means that out at the distribution layer, I'm still leaving through the same VLAN with the same IP address. Nothing has changed. This is seamless mobility here. And again, I don't appear to have changed at all, because behind the scenes, the switch peer group has maintained a consistent behavior for me, all right, to ensure that I'm emerging from the network at exactly the same point at where I left before. Now, what we're describing right now, we're going to assume that what we had was essentially a layer 2 roam, all right, and that I've not changed into a different VLAN. We could have, even in this environment, because that's based upon SSID, right? But for now, we're going to assume that it was a layer 2. We'll describe a layer 3 roam as we also talk about maybe a more expected point in which that might occur.